everyone. Welcome back to Storytime Online. Today we're going to read The Littlest Lighthouse Keeper by Heidi and Daniel Howarth. Looks like the littlest lighthouse keeper may be a mouse. Henry loved to be by the sea. He loved the smell and the sound of the ocean. He lived in a lighthouse by the bay, and he helped the old lighthouse keeper. Henry squeezed through the tiniest gaps and reached the highest cogs. The lighthouse ran like clockwork. In return for all of his hard work, Henry's stomach was always full and his nest was really cozy. Today, Henry had been busy at work all morning when he noticed something. The lighthouse was quiet. The only sound was the tick-tock of the old keeper's clock. Henry scampered downstairs. The lighthouse keeper had gone. All he had left was a note saying, "Gone to the dentist." Henry climbed sadly back up to his nest. Tap, tap, tap. A puffin was tapping on the glass. "Are you hungry?" she asked. "I wasn't sure if you ate fish like me, so I brought you this." Henry pushed open the window. What a feast! Berries, nuts, and seeds. "Oh, thank you," said Henry. "This is perfect. I was so hungry." With a full stomach and a new friend, Henry returned to his chores. There was one job Henry had never tried on his own. He had always sat safe in the keeper's pocket as the old man climbed up the steep ladder to the top of the lighthouse. "I can do this. I can do this," Henry said to himself. Looking up, it all seemed so scary. Henry's paws were trembling. They slipped and, Henry fell! Henry's eyes were tightly shut. He was scared to open them. He felt he was floating. "Hello," said a gentle voice. Henry slowly opened one eye. There was a spider, glossy black, with big, bead-like eyes. "My web caught you," she said. "Where were you going?" "To the lamp at the top of the lighthouse," Henry replied. "I need to check it's working." "I will climb up with you," said the spider. Henry was still chatting to his new friend as he reached the top. The sky had grown dark and a ship was sounding its horn. "I need to switch it on," cried Henry. "What?" asked the spider. "The light!" Henry called. "The light! It will guide the ship." Henry pulled and pulled as hard as he could. Click! Nothing happened. The lighthouse was still dark. Henry turned off the switch. Henry knew there was a spare bulb, but it was right at the bottom of the lighthouse, and he was at the top of the lighthouse. There was no time to fetch it. Spider seemed to have gone, and with no lighthouse keeper to help, what could Henry do? Suddenly, Henry heard a sound. Puffin fluttered above him, with Spider dangling from a silvery strand. "Come on," said Spider. "I have a plan that might work, and I have brought some help." The plan was simple. Henry and Spider climbed onto Puffin's back, and down she flew. Spider span a web, and they put the spare bulb safely inside of it. Quickly, they hopped back onto Puffin, and off she flew to the top of the lighthouse. Spider and Henry hopped to the floor. Henry took out the old bulb and screwed the new bulb into place. What had seemed impossible for Henry on his own had become easy for three friends who were working together. They smiled. Henry pulled the switch. A bright beam of light shone out across the bay. The friends cheered as they watched the ship sail safely away from the sharp rocks below. Henry was so tired he did not know he had fallen asleep until his nose twitched with a delicious smell. Sizzling bacon. "Hello, Henry," said a familiar voice. "I am sorry to have left you. What a wonderful job you have done," he said. "You may be the littlest lighthouse keeper, but you really make a big difference." He gave Henry a special little lighthouse keeper's cup, and he didn't forget Henry's new friends either. Spider could spin her webs wherever she wanted, and Puffin had fresh fish to eat every day. But best of all, they had each other. Wow, that's a great story about teamwork. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next week for another story time online. Have a great day.